Hello, hello, and here we are in Vida en Espiral, live in Spiral in English, with your host, Claudia Simasek. And today we are going to talk about the healthy habits. Why are so important the habits in our life? And first of all, I want to make sure that all of you know that I'm taking some references from the book Atomic Habits from James Clear, and I'm going to say a few stuff that I found that is extremely important. That book is amazing. If you have the chance, buy it, read it, or borrow it and read it, or you can listen it also in audiobooks. Is in many platforms that you can listen to it because it's very powerful. And I'm going to start saying the difference between routine and habits. Routine is something that you do to fulfill what you have to do in a day. For example, if you have to go to work and then do like supermarket in the afternoon, and you are a mother, you wake up the kids, you make sure that they are ready to go to school, then you get ready, you go out of the door, you have your lunch with you, um, you eat your lunch, come back, pick up the kids. Or I'm just putting a very simple example. And then you go to the supermarket, pick your items, and pay them, and go home and start the routine for the night. That is routine, things that you need to do. But habits, when you talk about habits, it's something that makes your life better, that give you quality of life. For example, I have to bring lunch to my job. Yeah, what kind of lunch are you bringing? So it is healthy or not? For example, the a healthy routine is something that make us feel better, look better, and also fulfill a goal. For example, I want to, in 5 years, I want to have a good routine of exercise and a good and healthy eating habits. So I have to change few things, switch few things in my habits to have a good routine of physical movement or exercise and healthy habits to eat. For example, it's not just bring whatever for lunch. Maybe that will require that I will cook to have a healthy meal, that I will chop differently, that I will maybe visit a doctor, endocrinologist, or nutritionist to or read to give me the information how to eat healthier. That I'm going to research what is the best like movement routine or exercise routine according to the type of my body or according what I like. Because that's another thing. In habits, you have to enjoy it. And that is something that James Clear in the book mentioned. You have to enjoy it. Because if you don't enjoy it, it will feel like an obligation. Like you must, you have to do. And how do you react when you feel obligated to do things? Maybe that obligation will last a month or 2 months, 3 weeks, but then you lost the interest. You feel that it's too much. And that's why it's one of the many causes that sometimes we quit, continue with a good habit. So I want to talk to you about um, that being said, I want to talk to you about some things that you have to have in mind when you have to have a good habit. First of all, don't compare. And I will add to this, have compassion to yourself. Because if you want to change a habit, first of all, ask yourself how many years you have with the old habit that you have. Or maybe you didn't have any habit. I explain myself. For example, you want to wake up early to do exercise, but all your life you have wake up at 7 or 6 at the earliest. But now you want to start your day at 5 to start doing exercise. How old are you? 25, 32, 39, 40 something, 50 something. You have all those years doing that differently. And now you decide, well, I'm going to wake up at 5 and do exercise. You have to be compassionate with yourself because you are trying to change something that have so many years with you. For example, people that want to stop smoking. How many years do you have smoking? That won't change just because you took the decision to stop. So you have to be compassionate with yourself. For example, you want to change your habits of eating. How many years do you have eating like that? And you want to change the habit. So, something important to recognize with that is that there are going to be some failures, but you cannot accept that, like, oh, it's just because I'm starting. Because in the to have a good habit is a whole process. And in the process, you can have some failures, but you have to continue to fulfill the goal that you will have a habit. You want to you want to go to bed early. Put several alarms. Like that, you know that if you want to go bed by 10, for example, or by 9:30, by 8 or 7, you cannot do things that are hyper or that will put your body super hyperative because you need to go to sleep in 2 hours in 1 hour and a half. So those are things to have in mind. Remember that most of the time, good habits are because you are inspired. For example, you see somebody, you know somebody, or you read a book and you feel inspired. You say like, maybe I can do this stuff, or I have to change this in me. I know that will make me feel good if I do this. But the thing is like with the habits, you have to start with small habits to fulfill a big thing. Why? Because in the book, James Clear said that you have to enjoy it. And it's hard to change so many things at the same time and try to enjoy it. For example, you want to start a good routine of exercise. Find something that you enjoy. What kind of movement do you like? What kind of like expression of movement do you like? Could be yoga or could be dancing. Do you like to dance? Look something that involve dancing if you like it. If you want to really have a good routine that be sustainable through the year, you have to like it. So if you want to like change your habits of eating, you have to find things that you like it that you can implement to take away the fast food or take away the unhealthy meals and change it for the healthy meals. Um, and that is something that you will have to figure it out maybe with a doctor or something, but make sure that you are enjoying it. Something that I will add there is change your vocabulary. When sometimes we use vocabularies like I have to do, I need to do, or I must do, or to complain about it, most of the time you are sending a direct message to your unconscious and to your body that you are not enjoying it. For example, wouldn't be better to say like no because today I have to go to the gym or today I have to do exercise. Instead of that, it's like no, today I'm going to the gym because I want to change. I'm trying to change my routine. So today I have an appointment to go to the gym. Or no, on Thursday I can go this because I'm going to the gym now. Yes, I'm think that that is going to be beneficial for my body. The way you say the things are going to impact the decision and the commitment of the habit that you have decided to do. When you go places and you are trying to eat healthy, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I cannot go to that place because I'm trying to eat healthy. Pick the healthiest thing in the menu or the more healthy thing, and like that you are going to be changing your habits because the reality is like you can go many places, and if you're trying to eat healthy, is trying to eat the healthiest possible in the place that you are, for example. And like that you don't feel that you are failure or you are socially excluded, or but try to change your vocabulary. You see sometimes that you say like, oh, I have an appointment or I have a date. you know Sometimes when you say that you have an appointment, it's because you want to know how is your health. You have an appointment with the dentist. Even if you go to do something that you need to do, the fact that you're having the appointment is because something is going to come better after that appointment. So why, instead of say, oh, I have to do exercise or I have to eat healthy, I have to do lesson plans, I have to go. No, today I actually have an appointment in my gym. Yeah, I have an appointment with myself. I have a date with myself to go to the gym. Or no, I cannot go today because today I want to cook. I'm starting to cook to feel better. I think that that is going to help me in my new goals in life. And that is a way not just to just change the vocabulary, but to send positive energy to that habit that you want to do. And another thing that many of us don't do, and the book recommend, and that I also have done it and it's great, celebrate small changes. And doesn't have to be a big thing. Most of the time, um, when we pick a habit and we are making it, we are we are actually doing it for more than 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Find a way to celebrate that. Most of the time, we put so much effort and input. Well, I'm going to do this, and then um, you first of all thought it, right? And then you make a plan, and then you start to do the plan, right? But once you see the changes, you should see it for yourself, and you're like, oh, wow, I'm actually going to bed at 10 now, or I'm actually watching um less social media. I'm just dedicating 5 hours of my day in social media, for example. Or I didn't I didn't watch social media for 1 hour more, for example, tonight. Or I'm actually eating healthy. I have like 3 weeks or 1 month eating healthy. What can you do to celebrate? Have you thought that would be a good way to reward yourself for something that you have been doing, that you started to do it differently and have that good habit? Something that I do, for example, is call my best friend, or like do something for myself that I know that is going to be healthy as well, but it's like a reward to me. Try to celebrate, speak up, um, say it in your family. Look, guys, or children, come on, look this. I just have 3 weeks doing something and look how I look. Or I actually did it for a month. Try to celebrate small wins because those are things that help you in the long run of the habits. Because with the habits, you want to set up a goal, right? You have a goal and you want most of the time that those good habits stay there, be sustainable through the years. And something that I'm going to tell you that I have noticed is like many people that are successful, they have good habits of sleep, good habits of in their diet, good habits in the use of their time. They have a good habit of recreation, um, and they have a balance in their life, and that is what make them go for bigger stuff. Because sometimes, for example, if you want to put a business, if you want to do something different that will take more energy from you, how are you taking care of your body? If you need more energy, you are going to end exhaust. But if you already have set up a good habits of sleep, eating, time management, you can use all those habits to fulfill a big goal. And that is why I found so important to talk about habits, because healthy habits are the one that you carry through your life to have quality of life and to fulfill your goals, and ultimately teach your children or teach your student through your actions. So remember these, like you have to be compassionate with yourself, you have to enjoy it, change your vocabulary, you have to be consistent, and celebrate small wins, right? So with that, I want to say goodbye to you, and remember, if you have any question, let us know in the comments. And remember that sometimes you don't have to see, like Martin Luther King used to say, you don't have to see the whole story. You just need the first step of the stair and start there. Many people that you see, that you admire, they start in one single step. So today is a good day to start a new habit. Think about it and stay with it. And sometimes maybe you can like also think, how many aspects of my life I want to improve. Okay, let's say that you want 4 aspects of your life that you want to improve. Pick one, pick one aspect, and inside of that aspect, start with a small one habit that you want to implement to make better that aspect of your life. And when you implement all the habits that are good for that aspect of your life improve, start with the other three. Because if not, you are going to be overwhelmed. But today is a good day to start a good habit. And let me know in the comments if you like the episode or if you have any comments or any ideas for other episodes or something that we talk about. So, with that being said, I say goodbye. Have a spectacular morning or afternoon or evening. And this is Vida en Espiral, live in Spiral in English, with your host, Claudia Semase.